Hello again, guys and gals, Phantom Null here, and we are continuing with Recettear, an item shop's tale. And when we left off, I said, hey, I think that we might visit the pub, because apparently adventurers are known to hang out there at night. And I think that is in fact what we are going to do. So let's have a look. Looks like nobody's here. No. Okay, well it didn't waste my time. I thought that I was just kind of screwed there. In that case, let's visit the town square, because it looks like that's open. Nobody's here. The chapel is closed, market's closed, the merchant guild is open. Let's take a look. I think that I've already spoken. Yeah, we've spoken about everything, so the only thing I can do is buy or sell. We don't have the money to actually really buy much of anything at this point. And I don't think that there's really anything we want to sell. Right off, anyway. I don't think we can fuse for a few levels. Which is actually when I believe these ingredients are going to come in handy. So really, we might want to consider selling a few of them. But we might be able to make a much better value off of them in the store. I don't remember if customers tend to pick those things up or not, but hey, let's give it a try anyway. Alright, so it looks like our day ends there. Alright, so despite the fact that we lost 820 picks, we did gain a ton of items. So evidently, Tier is pleased with our progress. We got a plus 147 score, which I don't know how they determine that. Whatever. I'll call that good. Okay. Day 3. May I have a moment? What you got concerning the debt? I have a suggestion concerning its repayment. You do? Paying it all back at once is wholly beyond your means, so I recommend smaller weekly payments to slowly chip away at it. Wholly beyond? You know, you never told me how big Papa's debt is exactly. That's because you would faint if you found out. For now, it's a secret. I'd faint? As the store begins to build up steam, we'll increase payment size. The repayment date nearest to the current date, along with the amount due, will be displayed on the calendar. We covered this last episode, blah blah blah. Yep, keep up with that. Kaya. Oh, reset. Okay. So again, 10,000 picks. We still got, what is that, 5 days, including today? Yeah, well, 5 days in order to, you know, do stuff, and then the 6th day will be the day that is due. Okay, so now we need to start paying a little more attention to what we're putting here. I want to put our highest, or rather, our most valuable items in the window. So now we need to start looking at base price. We have a 200, we have a 400 there. That's probably going to be one of the most valuable things we have. That's definitely going to be in there. Let's just go ahead and do that, because I'm quite confident we don't have much that's going to contend with that. Oh, Iron Band is awesome. But then, wait a minute. Actually, that's something Louis can use. And yeah, that was an increase for him. So I think that we're actually going to hold on to that. The wool hat, I don't believe, was anything you could use. The wooden helm was. The old muffler sucks. Oh wait, that's in the window. Just nothing. Okay. Yeah, that's big time. Okay. They're all worth the same value, so we're gonna end up putting probably the, you know, the non-plus items there first. 300, 500. So what does that do? 20 SP, 32 HP. I think we're gonna hold on to the egg toast. The chocolate bars, I generally, as I recall, I didn't worry too much about SP, compared to HP, of course. So I think we might actually put the chocolate bar up there. And okay, the wooden bow is a consideration. That's 400. I don't think we had anything else that was more expensive that I'm willing to part with anyway, because Iron Armband, not willing to give away. Hey, Xeonsoft. And the wooden helm is the same. I want to hold on to that. So, that being the case, I think the bow is going to be our 4th item there. Okay, the glove, and the rest of the stuff can just kind of go wherever, I think. Just put it out to where people can find it. We'll put the wooden armband, the wool hat. We'll worry about getting rid of our ingredients last, since they're kind of something that we're going to want to consider keeping. And... okay, we have... that's HP, that's HP, that's SP. I think that we're okay getting rid of a walnut bread. Do we have a sword out yet? Okay, we don't have a sword out yet. So we should definitely put one of our 2 swords out. Our stock is going to need to be replenished after today if we sell a decent amount. If not, then we'll just keep selling the stock for a couple of days. So, let's see what happens. Let's do it! Open the store, Reset. Alright, so we have Louis in there. We have an old geezer here looking to buy something. Probably looking for some Bengay or something. No, he's looking for some summer sandals. You're not exactly in the prime of your youth there, buddy, but sure. Hey, whatever. I'm cool with that. So we're gonna start at close at least to the recommended 130%. I think we're gonna do just under that. Okay, he accepted it immediately. Hopefully that gets us some goodwill there. And we sold one of our most expensive items there right off the bat. That's awesome. Ah, Louis, what's up, dude? Alright, the wooden bow. I have a soft spot for you, Louis. Okay, we'll try this. You know what? I can't rip Louis off. You know what, bruh? You helped me get this in the first place, so we're going down a lot for you. Alright. Excellent. So we've already gotten 1,690 picks. Or that's our current budget, so... Alright, he wants to buy a chocolate bar. We're gonna try to take this old man for everything that he's got. Okay. 130% sale. I'm totally down with that. Alright, little girl here. Oh yeah, I think that the little girls actually are kind of bitches. I seem to recall them like really not wanting to take things at a high price. I don't want to drive her off, and I feel like if I don't go down a lot, then she's not going to buy it. And I don't want to get bad pub at this point, so I think we're going to go down all the way to 115. Okay. I just didn't want to lose her as a customer, you know, right off. Alright, so we did well there, I think. I mean, we didn't get the highest value of everything we could. Oh, okay, so I can talk to her. But, you know, even though we didn't get the highest value of everything, I still feel like we came out pretty well there. Store atmosphere. Plain... Yeah, well, you know. Merchant level, we're level 1. Customers sell... Oh, okay, customers sell stuff to you at that rank. This is going to be important. Okay, so next level, customers will sell stuff to us, so in theory we'll be able to just barter back and forth at that point, so we won't have to go out adventuring or out to buy stuff from the market for everything we want. Take orders. Oh, right. That's interesting. This level, more items can be found at the guild and in the market. Fusion rank 1. Okay, that's going to be a while, so I don't think we're probably going to end up hanging on to most of our ingredients all the way there. I never got to... I think like my highest level in the shop was like 23 or something. I think something like that. It's been a while. Here's lectures. Okay, I don't need that. We already did that. Okay, so it looks like we'll have more in the future. Okay, what can we replace this with? We're running out of stuff already. Okay, that's a 200. We can put that there. I'm okay with that. I don't really want to sell my egg toast because that's a 32 HP recovering item. But man, I could get so much money for it. You know what? I don't think this is the time to be stingy. Same in the chocolate bar, that as well. I feel like there's probably something I could replace that with. Surely one of these is worth more than the chestnut at 200, right? Or maybe not. Maybe this. I think the raincoat might actually be... Yeah, it's 300. So we'll replace the chestnut with the raincoat. So that'll hopefully attract more. Hopefully having two items, or rather, you know, these two are the same category, the raincoat and the windbreaker, and the egg toast and the chocolate bar are the same categories. Hopefully that doesn't detract, you know, make it look like we have less of a selection in the window, but I really don't know. So for now, we'll put the chestnut here, and I think we might just go ahead and sell this walnut bread, or maybe I'll just sell the apple. I just want to get the most money I can immediately. I kind of want to overcome that first hurdle as quickly as I can. So you can change the view a little bit and, you know, kind of look out at the customers. But yeah, I prefer this view a little bit. Okay, opening shop will take time. Yep, that's fine. Here we go. We're going to sell stuff. Okay, so we have old men, we have a little girl. Well, we have a lot of people in here this time. That's good. Okay, sell that to him. Yep, we're gonna try to get 130% for this. It's only getting 60 picks, but I mean, it's just a low-priced item. Okay, he's willing to go for that. Great. And also, I do think that, you know, notice it says adjust. Oh, I didn't notice Louie in here. It's really nice. He's hungry. But it says just combo when we're doing this, so I think that we might get an experience bonus if we link sales without them having to barter, or rather make another offer for it. Louie's kind of cheap. I think we're gonna try to get a little more than 120%, but just a little bit. Really? Okay, let's try this. We'll do just enough to get it down to 118%. Okay. Great. Okay, so we've got the Guildmaster here, working hard. Reset. Oh, and I'll take this, please. Alright. Surely you can afford. You're the Guildmaster. You can afford 130%. Okay. Glee! Capitalism, ho! Wife asked him to pick this up. Raincoat. Must be the rainy season coming up. You know what? I'm gonna try to take this guy for a ride. Man, that sounded bad, didn't it? Okay, yeah, he wasn't gonna go for that. We'll go down by quite a bit here. Make him feel better about it. Alright. Alright, we're almost level 2. If we can get one more customer. No! Damn it. This late time seemed to fly by today. Speaking of time, I plan on doing some mild schedule management for you from now on to ensure you're working in an effective manner to pay back the debt. Schedule management? Quite. First, I've broken up the day into 4 periods of time: morning, afternoon, evening, and night. What you can do and how much you can do depends on the time of day. Hey, yeah, the clock's been broken up into 4 areas. Think of each part as a slice of time. A slice, like pie. Indeed, I thought it would be able to keep your attention if I made it rather similar to some sort of sweet food. Oh, reset. So there's the morning slice, the afternoon. I'm getting hungry. Anyway, explaining in detail, you can only act between morning and night. When night ends, you have to go to bed. Trying to run a shop while sleep-deprived is unpleasant, so I'll close up when it gets late. So you essentially have 2 options for each slice. You can open the store for a time, or go about town on business. You cannot do both at once, so decide in advance what you need to do. To be clear, opening the shop will consume a slice, and returning to the store after going out, regardless of what you actually do, will also consume a slice. Good to know. But what if I go to, like, the plaza and then the chapel? You can get around town easily enough to avoid consuming a slice with each move. Only when you return to the store will the clock advance. Alright, so you should do a lot when you leave and go out. Yes, that's a good attitude to take. Now, there's another vital element, leaving town altogether. Visiting a dungeon will consume 2 slices, no matter what. It will? It takes that long? If I go in the morning, I'll get back in the evening? That's precisely how it works. Thus, you can only leave for a dungeon at an early point in the day. If it's night, or you have done something else that evening, you cannot go. Because if I did go, I'd get back real late, right? Exactly. Not only would you annoy your adventure companions by staying out so late, you would also be dead on your feet the next day after returning. That's really not too confusing, Recette. Before you know it, you'll be thinking about it naturally. Yep. Okay. Pay attention to the clock. Alright, so I forgot that returning to the shop was kind of how time was handled, aside from, you know, going out and adventuring. But good to know. Okay, so the shop is now getting kind of barren. Now is the time when we might want to consider going out again and restocking. We might be able to get one more day out of this. I'm less concerned with actually getting the exact highest value stuff at the front. Just doing kind of what I can off the top of my head. I already got one wooden sword, or worn sword there. I've already got a chestnut, I've already got a slime. Maybe I can put out one more slime. And, okay, so I can't go adventuring. I could go out, but I don't really think there's anything I need to do, because tomorrow I think we're going to go adventuring again to try to get some more items. And we might even do it the next day after that, and then after that, after 2 days of adventuring, which would make it the 6th, we might take the 6th and the 7th just to try to get to 10,000 picks. I'm not sure about that strategy, but I think that might be what we do. Let's go ahead and save since we completed our day, basically. And yeah, I think we're going to do one more session here. Hopefully we get to 5,000 picks, but actually with items of this value, I think that's kind of doubtful. Still, we'll do what we can. Yeah, let's do it. Alright, so this should get us to Merchant Level 2. Alright, here's Louis. Ring this up, please. Alright, will do, man. Let's try to get 120... Yeah, I'm not going to get 25% out of him. Can we get 22%? Come on, man. I'm trying to run a business here. You gotta... you gotta help me out a little bit. Alright. Let's do this. Alright. Good enough. Alright, so that did get us to level 2. So now, customers... I don't think it'll start this time frame, but they probably will start selling to us the next time we open up shop. Alright, let's try to get 133% for this. You are being stubborn. Alright. Good enough, good enough. Welcome to Recettear. Alright. I think we're going to try to go 125%. She's definitely going to refuse that, and then we'll take her down to 120 and see if that works. Yeah. Yeah, that was a gamble. Like I said, the little girls are bitches. I thought I remembered that, and I remembered it correctly, apparently. I think this old man is a little better about picking things up at a good price. Really? We'll take you down to 127%. Alright, good. So we did lose out on a sale in this period. That's kind of a pain. But we are sitting at 5,000 picks, and, you know, started out the day at, what, like 300 picks, so... Developed a basic understanding of how to sell things to people and not drive them to burn the shop in anger. Yepperoni! Being a truly great store owner involves more than selling things, however. There are times when people will want to sell items to you as well. Yeah, now that we're level 2. I suspect we will begin to get such offers soon. But I already buy stuff from the guild and the market. So why should I worry about buying stuff from the customers? There's one major difference between a guild or market purchase and a purchase from an individual. Individuals do not have set prices. In other words, you can haggle as you do when selling. Haggle down, that is. So I can get stuff really cheap? That seems like it'd be pretty hard. Fundamentally, buying and selling are not that different. The customer shows you an item they wish to sell, and you set a price, and perhaps negotiate. Obviously, you wish to pay less than the base price of the item. Alright, so buy low, sell high, of course. Practice. Alright, let's do it. Buy that from her. Alright, so we're gonna go down. We're gonna try to buy this at 83% the price. 200 less than the base price. Maybe... You know what, 83% seems good. I suspect most customers will be fine with going lower. 70% or less, really. Wow. Okay. Right. Adjust it until they agree to sell to you. I think it's worth a lot, so we need a higher price. We'll go up. Maybe not quite that much. 72%. Slightly above what she thinks we can get for it. 50 and 70% of base is a good target. Wow. You gain an item to sell without giving up too much money. And that is essentially how it goes. You seem to have a decent enough grasp of it. Alright. Sell several items. If you buy them from me successfully, you'll be ready to proceed. Alright. So this should be easy, just, you know, tutorializing. Okay, excuse me. So she's saying between 50 and 70%? Let's target at around 50 first. Wow. That's lower than I expected, to be honest. Okay. We'll do this at 52%. Okay. Perfect. Alright. Can we open the shop again? I don't even know if I have enough items to do that, but... And it doesn't seem like people are interested in the ingredients very much. I mean, notice that I haven't sold any of the ingredients I put out. It could be that they just straight up do not buy those. The equipment is also not going very quickly. I could go out, but I can't go dungeoning. I could look around the shop and try to buy some base level items. I do have 5,000 picks, but we're going to go adventuring for 2 days, so I think we'll be able to manage that ourselves. It could be risky, but I think that won't be a problem with 2 days to sell after that. Especially with customers selling to us. So yeah, I'm pretty confident that this will be alright. Go ahead and take the ingredients off. I'm not even going to worry about... I mean, we're going to basically restock before I open shop again. No, wait, but I still have a period of time, so we're not... Yeah. What am I thinking? You know what? I think we're going to sell the wooden helm. We already have a wooden sword out. We're going to sell either the wool hat or the wooden armband up there, whichever is more expensive. Or the armband... Okay, it's the wool hat. We'll put the armband here. And now, another worn sword, because we don't need it. Slime fluid. More slime fluid. More slime fluid. I don't think they're gonna buy this stuff, but whatever. It's fine. Yeah, let's have one more period, since, you know, basically, with our plan going forward, I think this is going to be the best use of our time. Unless we could have met another adventure, but I don't know, and right now I kind of want to get in a more secure position. Don't you have a sword, Louis? But hey, I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. Alright, let's do 125 and then go down to 120. I think he'll go for that. Alright, perfect. So we were able to come to an understanding with Louis. We should have 4 more customers by the looks of things. Okay. So this guy... Let's do 128 and then go down to 120. I think that with that difference in price, he'll probably go for it. Okay, good. Alright, I think we're getting this. Again, I don't think they're caring for the ingredients. But, that's alright, you know. Alright, chocolate bars are worth a good bit. We'll go down to... Okay, I think we're gonna straight up go down by 50 to ensure this sale if she won't go for 130. Actually, we'll do 128 and then we'll go down to 120. And I'm referring to percentile, of course. Yeah, she won't go for that. She'll go for this though. All right. And one more customer, if I'm remembering right. Okay, he wants a wooden helm. All right, Guildmaster. Let's do 127. Okay, he went for that, even though I think he kind of knew that I was going a little high on him, but he went for it. Alright, and we're almost halfway through level 2 there. We did a lot of selling. Perfect. I think we're going to make this a slightly longer episode, because I don't really want to end it here. That would be kind of a short episode, and I feel like I'd be, you know, gypping you guys. So, we're just going to take all these ingredients back. They're just not selling. They might straight up probably don't sell. Meaning I really need to get some more inventory. So, it is time to go. And, what? Oh, my plan. Okay, that's apparently what the red on the calendar means, is that the Adventurer Guild is closed. That puts a huge, just, crook in my plan. Monkey wrench. Oh, just right in my ass. To the chapel. Came from a finance company. Yep. You're employed by them, contracted through another organization, not an employee. All fairies in human society belong to a fairy-specific contract agency. It can be difficult for fires to find employment, blah 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 blah, stuff that doesn't matter because the characterization in this game is shallow, but it's fun, so whatever. Town Square. Love being able to relax in the plaza. Not in the plaza. Well, it's healthy, right? That was a completely pointless event, but whatever. Let's go here again. Come on, I want to meet another adventurer or something. Nobody here again, yeah. I guess it just flashes when there's an event. Oh man, in that case, I need to reestablish some inventory. I'll buy a summer sandal, an unthankful statue. I'll buy 2 of these because they're cheap and it's something I can put out. I'll buy 1 of these. What does this even do? Okay, that's just something to sell apparently. It's good to know. 420, 350. Okay, I'll buy that because that'll be a good item to put out front. Food. That's expensive, but that actually is probably something that I could sell. So, and of course, the more valuable stuff you have, the easier it's going to be to make money because you're able to gain a higher profit margin. What is that? Increases max HP. Wow, that's awesome. And we might actually buy a candy and an apple too, because I don't know, food. Maybe it's just perception, but food seems to go quite well. I don't even know if people will buy that. Okay, I don't even have anybody who can equip that. So just in case it doesn't sell, I don't want to buy something that expensive. Not right now, not when we gotta make that much money up. I feel like I still need more. Let's go to the Merchants Guild, see what they have to offer us. No. Well, I did sell my wooden bow quite easily. That was one of the first things to go, if I recall. I think I still have one of those. I think I sold this. Maybe I'll buy raincoats. Or cloth robe. It's hard to say. Man. I think we're gonna buy a wooden bow and a windbreaker. Okay. Now I spent a good bit of money, but is that gonna be enough for me for the day? I'd like to look at my inventory. Where am I sitting? 1, 2, 3. Well, okay, 2, because I don't want to sell that. Yeah, maybe I should just sell it. I mean, I think I'm going to be able to make stuff like that up pretty easily. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think that's 11 items. That's not that much. I should probably just buy some cheap stuff just to keep my stock up, even if I don't sell a lot of this stuff. Let's buy all 3 of the clothes. We'll sell them eventually. Let's buy. Actually, didn't I already buy a raincoat? Man. We still got some worn swords, I think, or a worn sword at least. Maybe we'll buy a rusty dagger. Or, actually, better yet, a focus staff. Yeah, we'll buy a focus staff. It's a little less. Okay, and I think that's all I want to sell at this point. All I'm willing to sell is more like it. Alright, back to Recettear. And now we have to sell some stuff. Let's take all of our inventory back and lay it out. I don't think any of that stuff is our most expensive stuff, but I want to, you know, I want to approach this carefully. I think the bow is going to be one of our most expensive things at 400. Windbreaker. Iron armband. I think we also want to put out a variety at the front, though. Let's put our shoes. I think the bow actually might end up getting replaced. Okay, ingredients not. Okay, the book is going to go. Oh, no taiyaki. And all these are different categories. Food, shoes. So that actually might be a good representation. But actually, I think that the windbreaker is 500, and that's 600. I'll make sure of that. Yep. So, I think this is going to go. Everything is at least 600 here. So that's a good representation, you know, from the street level of what we have in stock. And now we just start laying stuff out. And we'll probably have to reorganize this stuff as the day goes on. We're going to put out everything that's more valuable first. The clothes are some of our least valuable stuff. More valuable than the freaking old muffler, though, so we'll put that out first. An unthankful statue. Okay. So now, I think that we have a decent inventory. Let's begin the day. Recettear is open for business! Capitalism, ho! Want this candy? Of course you want that. She is a cheap bitch. Keep that in mind. No, you're being mean. I'm trying to make a living here. We'll go to 114%. That's as low as I go. God, I hate the little girls. It's funny, I remember so little about this game, but I remember hating the little girls. Yep, you can purchase that for sure, and this is a pretty valuable item, so I think I'm going to be able to make a good bit off of this. We're going to try 130%. Okay, we're going to go down a little bit. We're going to go to 127. Alright. Deal. Perfect. Alright, somebody buy the frickin' takoyaki. Okay, summer sandals. Man, the old men love the summer sandals. But that's a great boon for us here. Okay, he usually will buy around 130% too, so if we go down just a little bit, he probably won't take, yeah, we can go a little bit lower. 127%, I think he'll take. Okay. He wasn't happy about it, but he took it. We haven't had anybody trying to sell us anything yet. Oh, he's gonna buy the takoyaki! Our taiyaki. This could be huge. Come on, come on, come on. Hello, Xeonsoft. I do want to sell this. I don't want him to walk away. Okay. We came to an agreement, and he was happier about that. Wow, more, huh? We have an apple. As always, we're gonna start... Actually, no, wait, this guy's a little cheaper than the old men, I'm pretty sure. So we'll start at 123% and go down to 120% if he doesn't like it. Actually, we'll start at 124%. Oh, wow, he took it straight up. Perfect. Alright, excellent. Wonderful. Alright, so now we just need to restock a little bit. The Windbreaker is definitely one of our more valuable items that are left. The wooden bow as well. And I don't want to put the clothes up front because that just looks sad. I think we're going to put the focus staff up front. But that is a second weapon. How about the armband? How much is that? 150? Yeah, that's not enough. Unthankful statue might be worth putting up front. I mean, it's not great, but it's almost as good as my other stuff. I'll put the focus staff up. I don't know if categorized items do make things look worse, but, well, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Wooden armband, old muffler, clothes, unthankful statue, yeah, and another unthankful statue. Yeah, what can I say? I did not plan on doing this way today, so we're just kind of taking things as they come. Oh, I hate you. Not gonna make anything off of this. Alright. Well, the good thing is that this is a very low-priced item to begin with, so we'll start 128%, and then we'll go all the way down to 119%, and if she doesn't like it, she can suck it. Okay. How about this? Nah, well, you're dumb. Your face is dumb! Okay. Oh man, not gonna make anything off of Louis here. Are you serious, dude? It's 10 over the base price. Take 1 pix away, and he's okay with it. Alright. Man, this is a pretty sad inventory. Let's just try to do that. Yeah, we'll go a little lower. Alright. We didn't sell much that time. Can't say I'm terribly surprised, though. Our selection is not fantastic now. Well, I guess it's time to test out that theory about the ingredients again, because... Oops. Because we don't have Jack left in our stock, and there's no point to go out at this time. I mean, I guess the pub is open, but, I mean, if there's no one at the pub, and there probably isn't, then all we do is just waste an opportunity to operate the shop. And if we're lucky, we might be able to make it to 8,000 picks here. And tomorrow we can go adventuring. Alright. Windbreaker. Let's do this and then go down to 22 when he refuses, because he's gonna refuse. Okay. Wonderful. Hey, level 3. What was the level 3? Oh well, I'll check later. Ring this up. Gotcha, Louie. Just to make you feel like it's a lot cheaper when I go down to 120, we're gonna start here. But then again, Louie might not even buy at 120 because he is poor. So we'll go down to 119 when he refuses. Because that's only, I mean, we're only losing 21 picks off of the sale. Alright. I thought he would go for that. Alright, we have another one. I thought that would probably be it. Oh, so someone is gonna buy a slime fluid. They're just not very popular, apparently. Alright, so we're not gonna get much out of this anyway. We'll do this, and then we'll go down by 3, I think. And he'll probably accept that price. Yep. 3 picks saved. A picks saved is a picks earned, I guess. Alright, good work. Okay, so what's our score going to be today? Probably not fantastic. Exceeded expectations, so, you know, I guess we did make, you know, 2,200 picks. Alright, day 5. Today we've got to go adventuring. Though now, actually, seem more or less used to the basics of running an item shop. I was just going to say that, you know, probably a good place to end the video before we go dungeon crawling again, because that took longer than I expected. So one other matter. You cannot always be certain that a customer will know what they want when they come in. Oh, right, now they're going to have requests, I think. What should I make for dinner? What would be a good weapon, and so forth. They will not be quite sure what exactly they wish to purchase when they come through the door. In such a case, we must provide them with advice to help them to decide. Alright, others will realize that we may have reserve stock and will inquire as to whether or not we have something they seek. That is when you may suggest an item you think they would like. In a sense, it is the ultimate chance to show your skills as an item shopkeeper. If you know what someone desires, it will very likely impress them and cause them to return. No pressure then, none at all. Well, let's give it a little practice. Beyond the fact you must choose the item to sell yourself. Okay. Other than that, I'm actually really surprised we did not sell that book, to be honest. Okay, so a sword. They will equip the items you sell them. Okay. You sell items to them. We do not need to learn them at the start of the dungeon. Retrieve. The equipment will not be lost. Selling better equipment to our adventuring friends is a good idea, even if you must undersell them a little. I've got to keep that in mind. Accessories work the same way, so think carefully about who you sell what to. Yeah. I think that that's actually a aspect of the game that I didn't really take advantage of when I played it before. I mean, I might just be misremembering, but... Okay, we don't actually have this sword, but hey, since it's here for the tutorial's sake. Let's do it. A weapon, however... How about a steel sword? It is... a little lower. Yep. We're gonna try to sell at the high end of 127%. Alright. Woohoo! Alright. Doing it again. Okay, you're not gonna make it anything different, huh? That was a bit high on my part. Let's do 128 to start. Yeah. Okay, she accepted it straight up. Okay, so that is the level 3 bonus. Being able to recommend items that you have in your inventory, so therefore you're not actually limited just to the stock that you have out. And... okay, so I ended up selling the armband as well as the helmet, so there's nothing I need to take with me for Louis' sake. I mean, we are going to have to put everything out that we get anyway, so I might as well just go ahead and clean out our shop inventory. Okay, and I think that we're going to end the episode there before we go dungeon delving again. I think things are looking really good, though. You consider that we have, you know, another 2 days to sell stuff, you know, after today. And actually, I'll probably dungeon dive today and tomorrow, and then just sell on the 7th. And, I mean, we'll easily make 1,000 picks if we dungeon dive for 2 days in that final day. And we should have some excess stock at that point, and I hope that that will give me a little leeway going into the next week. So, yeah, I think that's our plan going forward. So, thank you very much for watching, and please tune into the next episode of Recettear, an Item Shop Tale.